Okay, I had a request to do a walk around of the Bucyrus Erie 15Bs that I've got. As you can see, there a lot of parts are taken off of them right now so that I could get them home. This one's a 1943. It's actually in better shape than the other one over there, which is newer. There's my oil can. I've been spraying the chains down so that when I get ready to pull this one into the shop, it'll move a little freer. I have engines for these Detroit's 353, and I've also got a 453 that I could put in, and got the clutches. I think they're Rockford clutches. This one I started to clean and paint some primer on it, but you know, you get busy and you don't have time for this. Inside here is the transmission shaft. That's where your oil slinger goes in there. There's the oil slinger. I had to get a new transmission shaft and new bearings. This was broken. Heard that this was a common problem on Bucyrus Eries, because back there in the back, you can see through there, that bearing back there doesn't really get oiled very well, and that's the bearing that goes, and that's what happened here. The guys that owned it before me just kept running it until it broke, and so I managed to get a new used one, you might say. There's the underside of the house, the hook rollers. It's not bad. I'm going to have to do some repair work on the idlers and the adjusters, but I don't see any big deal there. A little bit of rust because this one was buried in sand. Someone has to run through the controls. Let me see if I can do this. Never run one, but from what I understand, what we're looking at here from this side to this side, which would be right to left, that one would engage your clutch. Let's see, yeah, that would be the clutch. Brake lock, clutch, brake lock. This would be the hoist. This would be the drag, or your second drum. This would be your swing. This would steer it. And this would be your house lock. And I could be wrong, but this one on the end with the locking mechanism could be the boom hoist, which on this one the boom hoist is not working. It stopped working, so they cut it all out with a torch. And then over here you've got throttle, and these levers decide whether you're going to be locked into digging or moving, and one locks the brakes or locks the track so you can dig. And I think this one actually is a 2-speed, but I've heard from a couple old timers that said you would never use that second gear. It'll scare the crap out of you. Let's go over to the other one and see if the levers are similar on that. Okay. There's the front end. And this one is not a shovel front, but a backhoe front. There's the A-frame for the cables. Okay. And like I said, this one's actually in better shape. Okay. This is going to be your first one over here is going to be your clutch. The second one right here should be the hoist. This one's going to be the dipper trip. It was missing it on the other side. This is going to be the drag, or this would be the second drum, since it's the drag shovel. And then you're going to have your swing, steering right here, boom lock to move the boom up and down, which I think this one is operable, and then the house lock over on the outside. So you got house lock, boom up and down, steering, swing, second drum or drag, dipper trip, hoist. And then the last one is your clutch in and out, locking the clutch in. And then that's a brake lock down there. And your pedals, obviously, this one's going to be for the hoist drum. This one's going to be for the drag drum, depending on what you do. And then same thing over here, throttle. And these are going to determine what you're going to do when you're going to propel or swing, and it locks the machine in so that you can do that. This one actually has the dipper trip hooked up on the side. As you can see, this machine, I brought it home and didn't clean it out yet, haven't had it in the shop, and everything's pretty much there. You can see there's the chain over on the outside for the boom hoist, which I think is all there. It's not bad for its age, 1943. I'll have to get some new glass. There's one of the panels up there, still there. And then that's where the motor would sit. There's the gearbox. Alright, so for Unit Crane, I believe that's your screen name. Hope that helps. If not, I've actually got a couple of books that I could copy a page and send it to you if you happen to have a 15B you're trying to figure out what's what.